Hello everyone, I am the Baddest and welcome back to 3 random FNAF fan games. This is the series where I discuss 3 Five Nights at Freddy's fan games that you've likely never heard of. The point of this is to cover some more unknown and entertaining content in the community. Whether this content is funny, genuinely impressive, or just so weird that I felt the need to talk about it. You guys seem to really enjoy the format of the last video, so it is back. And if you enjoy this one as well, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button. It helps out more than you probably expect. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I said the YouTube thing. And if you want to go the extra mile, become a channel member for exclusive perks and access to weekly members-only streams. This video is coming out on Sunday, February the 12th, and on Monday, February the 13th, we're doing a members-only stream playing through the first 3 Five Nights at Freddy's games. I'm really excited to do that, playing through the classics. So, yeah, become a member to tune into that. And again, we do this weekly as well. Let's get into this collection of 3 random FNAF fan games. Five Nights at MILKS is a FNAF 1 clone that has an odd theme surrounding milk. There are some minor differences between Five Nights at MILKS and FNAF 1. For example, you do not close doors. Instead, you shock the milk animatronic when they're in the doorway. Golden Freddy is also a mechanic as opposed to a rare Easter egg. When he's in the office, you have to hit the big gray button to shock him. Foxy also acts more like the puppet in FNAF 2 as opposed to how he acts normally. There's also this weird character that acts kind of like Balloon Boy. I have literally no idea what they are, but if you let them into the office, they make it so you can't use the doors or cameras for a few seconds. They're probably meant to be like a milk endoskeleton. They don't look like an endoskeleton, obviously, but this is just the milk version of an endoskeleton. That's my guess. But for the most part, this is just FNAF 1 with milk. There's milk all over the office. You have to fill the milk dispenser in Foxy's room. The camera system itself is made of milk. You hear that, YouTube? This is milk. All of this is milk. I have no idea why this exists, but my theory is that it's based on Meat Canyon's Five Nights at Markiplier's animation. Although this is about Markiplier, it is specifically about Markiplier and his obsession with milk. This is the only time I've seen milk in something related to FNAF, so that's my best guess. The other option is, the creator of this has gone insane, someone should reach out to them. Something I unironically like about this game is the style. It's not scary at all, but it's definitely unique, and although the characters look kinda stupid, a part of me really likes them. And the game is pretty well made. The mechanics all function well, and it feels pretty nice to play. I've played a lot of FNAF clones in my time, and I guess this one isn't even that weird, relatively speaking. I just felt as if this was a game worth discussing. I'm probably wrong, but I mean, it's Five Nights at MILKS. Come on. Pop Goes Never Green. This is a risky one. For the record, I love Pop Goes, and I love the Pop Goes team. I greatly respect all of them. But this is really fucking funny. I don't want to explain this in depth, so let's brush over it as quickly as possible. In mid-2022, a handful of FNAF fan game developers were discovered to have formed a group together where they planned on tearing down other fan game developers through various schemes. A major target of this group, which was called The Pair, was Kane Carter, the creator of Pop Goes. Pop Goes Evergreen is the upcoming Pop Goes title in development, and these salty fan game devs referred to the game as Pop Goes Nevergreen, in the cringiest insult we as a species have seen. And now, Pop Goes Nevergreen is a real game. In this game, you control a scope, and your goal is to shoot the characters bouncing around the screen. These characters consist of Pop Goes, Candy, and a character from Pyro Illusion. I don't understand why this wasn't just a character from the Joy of Creation or a FNAF Plus character to fit the rest as a part of the fanverse, but whatever, I guess. Not to mention Pyro Illusion isn't out, and probably will never be. When you shoot the characters, they don't disappear. New characters do not spawn. I don't think there's an end to this game. These guys just bounce all over the place and you shoot them and get points for shooting them. They may not die when you shoot them, but they do react.
Owie, you bastard. 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 Owie, you bastard.
Also, if you didn't know and were wondering, the background is Tokyo. I don't know why. Why not just make it London or Manchester or something, since Kane Carter is British? Those are like the most well-known UK cities. This game is very odd and lacking in anything. But the fact that someone bothered to make this is so goddamn funny to me. Like, Pop Goes Nevergreen, the stupidest thing I've ever heard uttered from another human being, and now it is an actual game based on the saltiness of the people that formed said phrase. This is just ungodly funny. Have you ever wanted to play a FNAF game where all the characters are bootleg unofficial plushies? If your answer was no, and I'm sure it was, too fucking bad. Welcome to Five Nights at Bootleg Plushes. This is a FNAF fan game where all the animatronics are unlicensed plushies of FNAF characters. Our cast being Bootleg Nightmare Freddy, Bootleg Bonnie, Bootleg Funtime Freddy, and alongside him, Bootleg Funtime Bonbon. Or wait, not Fun... Wait, that's not a... Wait, what? Bootleg Bonbon. Ignore what I said before, I'm a fool. Weirdly enough, this game is actually pretty good. In your office, there is a window, a door, and a button to administer a controlled shock. There are also cameras and a vent system within the cameras. Funtime Freddy will just appear in your office, and you have to shock him within a short period of time. Nightmare Freddy will appear outside your window, and you need to shine your flashlight on him to make him vanish. Bonnie will appear at your door, and you need to close it on him before he gets in. And Bonbon goes through the vents, and you need to close the appropriate vent before he gets into your office. Also, the doors and vents can only be closed for a very short period of time, so timing your defenses is a part of the game balancing. This is a surprisingly enjoyable mix of mechanics. Keeping track of Bonbon is really the key element of what makes this fun. You have to follow his movements and close the appropriate vent at the appropriate time while defending yourself from everything that happens within the office. You have to make sure Nightmare Freddy doesn't spend too much time at your window, which is a decent challenge because it's not super obvious when he's there. I do think the window you're given should be a little less generous. He gives you a lot of time, but again, it's not that easy to know when he is first there. You have to react to Funtime Freddy coming into your office within a very short period of time. The shock button is very small and all the way to the right of your screen. It's not that easy to react fast when Funtime Freddy is in your office. And Bonnie isn't that challenging as a mechanic, but again, you have to use the door for an appropriate amount of time to make sure it doesn't break. You cannot close it too soon, or else it will open when you can't have that happen. This is just a genuinely fun game packaged in something unironically funny. I find bootleg FNAF plushies so entertaining. They always have fat faces or really fucked up eyes, and I can't get enough of it. Funtime Freddy is borderline hideous, which, to be fair, isn't much worse than the official Funtime Freddy, but it's still a fantastic choice. Nightmare plushies also just never look good, so this was an easy target. And I love how goddamn special Bonnie looks. It's honestly cute, yet hilarious. Five Nights at Bootleg Plushes is funny and actually well made, so big shout out to this one for achieving that balance. That's going to be the end of this video. I hope you had a good time. All the links to these games will be linked in the description if you want to check them out, and be sure to check out the last episode of this series if you haven't. And again, if you want me to keep this series going, be sure to let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching once again. I will see you guys next time.